Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And it's great to be here again. This is Ann Turnbull, and we are on day 19 of the social media 90-day run. So if you're just joining in, make sure you drop your name, where you're dialing in from, into the chat, and we are going to get started. Today is our question and answer day. So if you've had any questions over the course of the 90-day run, as you've been doing your assignments on your social media, you can save them up and ask them. I'll do my very best to answer them. If we have some of our other amazing leaders on the call, they can also chip in and answer them. And if I can't answer any of them, then you can just post them into the chat, and over the coming week, we'll get them answered as best as we can. Alrighty, so how many of you are following the social media 90-day run? I know at the very beginning of this, we said that we were going to be finishers. And I know it can be a little bit easy to get a bit behind. I don't know how you're doing. So if you had to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, where 1 is you haven't even ever watched a video and this is your first one, which means you're really behind. 10 is you're right up to date. And maybe there's somewhere in between where you haven't been following so closely, but you've been following, as best you can, and you've been here and there, and you've been doing some of the assignments. That's going to be somewhere in between your scale of 1 to 10. So if you are checking on that scale of 1 to 10, drop that in. And remember, no shame, no guilt. Just do what you can, learn what you can. I know for me, I've been learning a lot, and it's really been fantastic. So it's been a lot of fun. But even me, I'm a little bit behind, and haven't done all the assignments as perfectly as I can, but I'm already night and day compared to where I was before I started the 90-day run. So I'm really, really happy about that. So remember, if you're just joining, just drop your name, where you're dialing in from. Give me a 1 to 10, where 10 is you are following along the social media 90-day run. You're right up to date. You've been doing all your assignments. And 1 is you haven't done anything yet. You're just getting started today. And maybe you're somewhere in between. I suspect that might be so. So today's challenge, remember on Tuesdays, we have a full week challenge where you can choose the different levels that you want to play at. And on those different levels, you can decide, are you going to go to a level 1? You're going to go to a level 2? You're going to go to a level 3? And you have between today and the end of the weekend to complete this assignment. Okay, so I'm going to give you the assignment right away, and then we'll go into a little bit of training about the assignment, a few little tips that we've gained from the Q&A. Remember, we're following along the Eric Worre program, and that we're a couple of days behind. So this is the lesson that we took on Friday, which gives us the weekend to finish our assignments. And on Fridays, there's always a Q&A. And so we always get a lot of good information from that. So our assignment for today is to do 3 short form pieces of content. That would be reels, okay, or TikTok videos. 3 reels that have a strong call to action, okay? And the strong call to action is either going to be to comment, or to follow, or to message you, okay? So your strong call to action is comment, follow, or message. Now, I want to know as well, which platforms are you currently on? So are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Are you on TikTok? Are you on LinkedIn? Okay, what platforms are you on YouTube? What platforms are you currently using right now that you are posting content to? So just type that into the chat for me. What platforms are you currently posting content to? Okay, for me, I am posting on Instagram. I'm posting on my Facebook personal page. I'm posting on my Facebook business page. I'm posting on TikTok. I'll tell you a little bit more about what I've been doing there. And I'm also posting Yeah, that's it. The odd thing on YouTube, but I haven't really started posting my assignments on YouTube. Okay, good. So you heard the dare, you heard the assignment for the week. We have 3 levels. Level 1 is doing 3 reels. Okay, between now and the end of Sunday. That should be a piece of cake. That should be no problem. Remember to use all the tips you've learned about how to create a reel. I've been using them and it's been really fun. Different camera angles. I've been learning how to add music in and keep it nice and low while I'm talking. I've been learning how to do automated captions. So remember all the tips and tricks you've learned over the last little while and do your 3 reels or TikTok videos. And then you want to repurpose them across other platforms. Okay, so again, download, save them without the watermark. All right, we've taught you how to do that, and then go ahead and repurpose them on other platforms so that you get your content out there as wide and as far as you can. Now, if you've done at least one reel, at least one short form content, okay, one short video, if you've done even one during this 90-day run, I want you to type me into the chat. Okay, if you've done at least one reel during this program, I want you to type me into the chat. I want to see how many of you have actually come along and done one. Okay, so type it into the chat. If you haven't, type no into the chat. Okay, if you've done it, type me. If you haven't done any reels, type no into the chat. Okay, and then remember, you can choose to ask the question about how to create or what you have to do. Okay, all right, so I'm seeing that some of you have not been doing any reels, so it's really important. If you actually want to succeed in this social media game, you need to start doing reels. Okay, remember, Mr. Google is a great teacher. Just Google in, how do I do it? Okay, but it's really, really straightforward. We've been teaching you along the way as well. Okay, so most of you are no's. I suspected that might be the case. I know some of you are superstars, but some of you are still learning just like I am. And so just give it a try. Okay, just give it a try. I'm going to try and get some software going where I can actually show my phone on the screen so that you can see it, so that you can see exactly how to create it. Okay, but right now I don't have that. So the best I would be able to do is, I'd have to be showing my screen like this, and that may not be too ideal for learning. Okay, so we have our assignment. Now, examples of the call to action for the reel. Well, I'm going to ask you, okay, especially you guys who are on the live right now, you are saying no, that you haven't created the reel. So do you accept the challenge to create at least 3 reels between now and Sunday? If you accept the challenge, write challenge into the chat. If you need help, we'll help you, okay? If you need to know how, we'll help you. But I want you to type challenge if you accept the challenge to create at least 3 reels in the next 6 days, 5 days. Oh, good. Osu, I'm happy. All right, I'm waiting for you, Alphonsus. I'm waiting for you, Song. I'm waiting for you, Safia. Ah, great. I love it. Song, way to go. You've got this, okay? You've got this. You can do it. All right, Alphonsus, way to go. Awesome. All right, I'm just waiting for the rest of you. So if you accept the challenge to create at least 3 reels before the end of the weekend, then type challenge into the chat. Okay, if you want to level up, then go bigger. All right, level 2 challenge is 6 reels and level 3 challenge is 9 reels. All right, now a few examples of a call to action, because remember, our challenge is to create the reel and then to do it with a very strong call to action. When you write your call to action, you're doing your call to action when you do your reel, so it's in the content of the video, whether you're speaking or writing a caption like a sticker or a text banner on your reel, and you're also writing something in the space underneath the video in the caption area, okay? You want to write that as well. And so you could write something like this, if you like this content, you'll love what I can share with you in Messenger. Message me for more, okay? Or if you like this, you'll love following me for more great content, okay? Or you'll love what I'm going to post tomorrow. Follow me for more. If you like this content, drop a fire emoji in the chat, right? So that's a call to action, all right? Either message me, follow me, or comment in the chat. Okay, that's the call to action that we want. Now, the call to action should only be for one thing, okay? Don't say, comment this below and send me a message with this and follow me, okay? It's too many things. Just one thing, that's what you want to do. Okay, way to go, Sophia. That's awesome. You're accepting the challenge. I love it. Now, you can be checking out people's reels, right? If you go to my TikTok, for example, and all of my social media handles have my name, Ann Turnbull, I would highly recommend that your social media handles have your name. If people are looking for you, they need to be able to find you. If you have some unusual nickname or something that people would not know how to find you, then it's going to be more difficult, right? So you can go to my TikTok. You'll see I've started to post TikTok videos on our products and on glutathione. If you go to my personal Facebook or my Instagram, you'll see a little bit of different types of content. Sometimes, I'm trying to be encouraging, uplifting. You can go to Chris and Tammy's. You can check out Wattmaster. You can check out, just go to any of our leaders and see what they're doing, right? See if there's something there that inspires you, or follow some of the people that you might know in network marketing to see if there's something that could inspire you. Okay. Now, one key thing, if you're going to post more than one piece of content on your public page a day, the challenge we were actually given is to post 3 reels in one day, not in 6 days. Okay, 3 reels in one day, or 6 reels in 2 days, or 9 reels in 3 days. And if you're going to post more than one piece of content on your public page, then what you want to do is follow the 3-hour rule. Okay, the 3-hour rule. And that means that try to space your content out so that it's beyond 3 hours. So if you post something in the morning at 8, don't post again until after 11. If you post something at noon, don't post again till 3 hours later. So maybe again in the evening would be a better idea. Okay, so try and space out your content throughout the day if you're posting more than one thing. And that one thing, it could be a photograph, it could be a question, it could be a quote, it could be a reel, could be whatever. Okay, now, also think about following people that you can get inspiration from. Okay, there's a lot of people out there, and if you actually look at what they're posting, they have hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of followers, and what they're posting is it's not rocket science, right? It's not something that you couldn't also start creating. So you can follow people, whatever kind of moves you, whoever you like to follow. I like Mel Robbins, for example. I've just started, I'm going to be joining the Grant Cardone Unbreakable Challenge, I think it's called, program tonight. And in that group, there's a lot of positive people. So, you can just check people on Instagram, for example. That's where you find a lot of reels, and just see what people are posting and get inspired by content that you would like. Now, we're not going to do this yet, okay? But in the long run, what we're going to be looking to do is creating connection and community. Connection you can create with people through your content and through your direct messaging. And community is eventually you want to be able to move your followers into a community. And we're not going to be doing that yet, but that's just so that you have an idea of the end game, and eventually you might have a call to action like, well, if you like the kind of content that I post, the kind of things that we do with my content, you're going to really love the community, the free community I've created, where people who like this content, we share ideas, we share content, and we talk about those ideas. Click here to join. And then could be a WhatsApp group, could be a Telegram group, could be an email list, could be a Facebook community. So that's something that we're going to be working on. But you want to get in the groove of creating content. I know some of you are a little bit behind. So definitely get in the groove of creating as much content as you can that gives value to the user. Now, we had a Q&A. So remember, we're doing a Q&A today. So if you've got any questions about anything that's happened in the first 3 weeks of the program, just note them down. And I'll be taking any questions if anyone has any, okay? This is your chance to ask questions. So I'll just go through a few things that came up as questions on our Friday program, on our Friday call with Fraser. So one question, as you're creating your content and as you're reaching out to people, sometimes you end up meeting people that are outside of our business territory. And so the question is, should you continue to try and develop a friendship and relationship and everything else? And, probably realistically, if our company is not going to be going there, if your business is not going to be opening up there anytime in the near future, maybe it's Pakistan, for example, I don't know, and you don't think you're going to be doing any business there ever, then maybe it's better to simply, be friendly, of course, but maybe ask them, listen, do you know anyone in the United States? Do you know anyone in Nigeria? Do you know anyone in whatever country you want to start building your business in that might be a good fit? And maybe you do something nice for them if you can, for the referral. But you may not want to spend a lot of time cultivating that relationship because unless you have a reason for one day wanting to do business there or visit, you may not have a lot of benefit from that friendship. Now, one other thing that struck me as well is I did a Facebook Live this week. If you take a look at it, and I'm not sure who else has been doing them, but if you take a look at it, you'll see that I shared a story. Even on my LinkedIn, I actually shared a story today. And one of the things that we are being taught is that if you want to do a Facebook Live, ideally try and do a Facebook Live. If you can, do one every day for a week or every day for 30 days. It will give you a lot of confidence in how to do your Facebook Lives. But when you do a Facebook Live, you always want to have a story. Okay, so you need to be collecting and jotting down stories. A story is anything. It could have happened to you. It could have happened to someone you know. It could have been a funny story. It could have been a sad story. It could have been a touching story. It could have been, a story is anything, okay? Anything at all, because that is really going to bring you closer to your followers. It's going to make you more relatable. It's going to build those friendships out of the people that are maybe taking a look on your page. So if you want to go live on a daily basis, pick a story, go live about that, and maybe it's relating to your product or service, only product or business, maybe like once every 4 or 5 days, not every day. The other story should be about your other passions, okay, or somehow ending up relating to something. Okay, so for me, I like to encourage, I like to uplift. That's one thing I like to do. I like to give business tips. And then I'm going to talk about health, and I'm going to talk about business as well. Okay, so one thing too, now I haven't seen anyone who's on more than one platform here. I know we have a few more of you watching right now. So if any of you are actually on more than one platform and you're actively posting your content on more than one platform, just write the number of the platforms that you're posting on, or maybe just write the initials like FB, TT for TikTok. If you're actually posting on more than one platform, just type that into the chat, because Some of us are asking, well, what if we create our reel on Instagram and then we download it and save it without the watermark? Do we post it on all the other platforms exactly the same as it is? And the answer is, for now, yes. Just to save you time, just to get your content out, okay? Because really, posted is better than perfect, right? If you want to make it perfect, if you want to do a different one for each platform, it's going to take a really long time, and likely it won't work. Okay, Osu, fantastic. Yeah, Instagram and TikTok, great. Dorcas, Facebook and Instagram, good. All right, I'm actually getting a little bit of traction from TikTok. I'm kind of happy. It's been kind of interesting. I'm focusing my TikTok right now on products. So one thing that Fraser has suggested to us is that if we want to test some content to see what's really working for us, use TikTok to test that content. So the other platforms are a little bit different, but if you take TikTok, for example, and you do 6 to 9 videos of the same topic. So for example, 6 to 9 videos about product or health, then 6 to 9 videos about business or network marketing, then 6 to 9 videos about your passion, maybe, your faith or reading and personal development or your family. If you do 6 to 9 videos in a row about 3 or 4 different topics, you can see what TikTok likes, what TikTok is serving up to people, what is getting a lot of views and a lot of comments and a lot of likes. And then that will tell you what people want from you. And you can start now doing more of that on your other platforms as well. So for me right now, what I'm trying is I'm going to try 6 or 9 videos on TikTok on health related and product related videos. So I'm seeing how it goes, but I already have a few people looking at information who have commented as per my call to action. They've commented, we've reached out and we've connected, and actually, I have 3 people just from today that are looking at information, okay, that commented in the last day or so. My thing is just making sure I'm checking all my messages from all the different platforms because I'm not used to it either. Alrighty, what else? Now, I hope all of you are doing this. When you're on Instagram, make sure that you have connected it so that when you do stories on Instagram, it automatically shares to your Facebook. Okay, you don't want to be spending a lot of time doing different stories on different platforms. So stories are your behind the scenes, look at your life. You'll see me right now. I'm trying to exercise every day because I'm not good at consistent exercising. So I really made that my intention this year. And I'm also listening to things when I'm exercising. And I'm also starting to cook. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I have not been cooking at all. So I'm showing those little glimpses into my life. And I'll post something inspirational or something work related or whatever in the middle of it, but not always. So make sure that you're posting your stories from Instagram directly to Facebook as an automatic exchange, okay? Make sure that's happening. Okay, so that's all I have for today. So you have your dare. It's also posted on the video post, okay? You have your dare, creating at least three reels. All right, ideally on Instagram, and then repurposing them to Facebook and TikTok if you have those platforms, and with a very strong call to action. If you can do more, you do more. But I know some of you have not started doing your reels yet, so you've taken up the challenge. I'm really proud of you already for that. Well done. Now, if anyone has a question, all right, today is Q&A day. We're at 24 minutes, so we have a little bit of time for questions. If you have questions, just type them into the chat. If you don't have any questions, or maybe you're watching the replay, then you can go ahead and you can type it into the chat, and as soon as we get the questions, we'll do our best to answer them. But if anyone has a question, very, very happy to take that. I hope you guys have been getting some bingo moments. I know not everyone has been following as diligently as possible, but I loved the story the story and the real tip. I think Chris Shingra was training on it when we could take our picture and then fill it in with the color and then put an inspirational quote and some music. That was great. I loved that one. So many great bingo moments for me. It's really been exciting. I'm enjoying creating the reels and the TikToks, although it's taking me a lot longer than I know it probably will once I get really good at it. So I'm enjoying that. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more proficient, not the best, but not the worst either. So that's good. Good. So any questions at all? Any questions, any comment? If anyone has a bingo moment so far, okay, I want you to type that into the chat. What bingo moment have you had, or what win have you had? So type win or bingo and then type what it was, okay? Because even for me, you know, I had a negative one too. I don't know if I mentioned this on my last training, but I've been reaching out to people on Facebook in different groups, and you know, I asked the question and someone said, oh, I was just waiting for the sell. You know, I was waiting for when it was going to happen. And then, oh, it was Instagram. And then you know what? She blocked me because I couldn't see her anymore, and it just said Instagram user. Her name was gone. I had followed her and I can't find her anymore. So, you know, it happens to the best of us, right? And so that was interesting. Good. Okay, so Alphonsus, you want to understand how to send private messages to my TikTok followers. TikTok is a funny platform that way. So what I have found, I don't know the answer to this fully, but here's what I found is, so what I'm doing is, if somebody follows me, I send them a message, you know, thanks for following my page. Have an awesome day, Anne Turnbull. And I don't know if the platform sets it to, if anyone is on here who knows the answer to that, you can feel free to type it in. But I don't know if the platform does not allow you to send a message to anyone you're not following, or if some people have their profiles set up like that. But generally, what I will also do is follow them back. Once the two of you are following each other, you can definitely send them a message. So I had someone, for example, who typed, my call to action was type glutathione in the comments if you want more information. And someone had typed glutathione, but I couldn't message her. So I replied to her on my TikTok video on her comment to say, please message me. Okay, and then she did, because I couldn't message her. She hadn't followed me yet. So then she was able to go and message me, and now she's looking at information. So that's really good. Okay, so TikTok is not quite as straightforward. I even find all the new activities are a little bit hard to figure out, but you know, we'll get used to it. Great, thanks for the question. So any other questions, any bingo moments, any wins of the week? Any wins of the week? So I'm happy I have people looking at information right now from TikTok. Two are looking at product information, and one is looking at product and business. So I'm happy for that. Yeah, so that was a win for me. I'm happy. Good. Any other questions? Any wins of the week? Any bingo moments? I hope you've had some, at least some. And you know, if you're really behind, don't worry too much, okay? Just go in one by one by one. I would recommend that you start with day 1, then you go to day 2, then you go to day 3. If you can do 1 or 2 in a day, fantastic. If you can only do 1 in a day, also fantastic. Remember, we have Saturdays and Sundays that are free, and so Saturdays and Sundays are also days that you can catch up and just try and do as much as you can. But I promise you, if you actually do this, you're going to learn a great deal. And it's going to be fantastic. You know, I also had another win this week. I had someone reach me because of my profile and the content that I'm putting out there, but somebody reached out to me to ask if I would be on their mentoring and coaching platform for Africa, and we're going to meet on Thursday, and I really sense a beautiful partnership coming up. So if you just keep consistently putting value out there and you consistently build your brand, build your value, put content out there, then your wins will definitely come. They will definitely come. All right, so it seems like we don't have any other questions for the day. I'm going to be working on how I get my technology working well, because I'm still struggling a bit with it. It's something I haven't made time for totally yet. I'm too busy on all the social media assignments, but I'll work on that. Baby steps, baby steps. So on that happy note, thank you very much for joining in tonight. Remember to get your assignments done and just get caught up bit by bit. All right, try and encourage yourself to do it. Remember, we're supposed to be finishers, right? Finishers, not starters and not finishers. Okay. Good. Okay, so someone saw your Facebook post and they want to do business. That's fantastic. That's amazing. So don't just post once and then be a ghost, okay? When you're posting, and remember, the key is you want to be commenting on other people's posts outside of our business. You want to be connecting with people outside of our company, right? So that you can start building new friendships and new connections and new followers. All right, and just keep going bit by bit by bit. You will be amazed at what you accomplish if you put yourself in action every single day. Just little baby steps, and they will come. For me, I've been trying to get I've been telling myself that I have to crack the social media code. I have to get on it. I have to do better. I've been telling that to myself for the last year or two. And I'm really, really happy that this program is here right now, because it's keeping me accountable. Because I have to teach all of you, it's keeping me accountable. So I would also encourage you, how are you keeping yourself accountable, right? Accountability structures and putting them in place around us so that there's no way you can drop out, so that there's no way you can give excuses, so that there's no way you can, just back out, is really, really, really helpful. So figure out what accountability structure you can put in place for yourself and try to work away at it. It's really going to be helpful. Okay, so the assignment today, Dorcas, and it's also written in the video, but the assignment today is to create 3 reels. Okay, level 1 assignment is creating 3 reels between now and the end of Sunday, where you are going to do a very strong call to action, which is either comment, follow me, or send me a message. So 3 reels, ideally on Instagram, and then download, remove the watermark, and repurpose them on your other platforms. If you are most comfortable creating your reels on another platform, it's also fine. You can do them there, but then repurpose them, remove the watermark, and put them on any other platform that you have. Okay, so at least 3 reels, that's level 1 challenge. Level 2 is 6, and level 3 is 9 reels between now and the end of Sunday. All right, everybody. So have a wonderful night. Okay, congratulations for sticking with it this far. Just get into action, and I can't wait to celebrate you at the top. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your day.